Hey learner, this is Nilesh Borate. In this video, we have to see the another components of a AWT swing, the menu, pop-up menu, and the password field. Okay, so first we have to see that menu. So in menu, the three components are used: menu bar, menu, and the menu item. Okay, so JMenuBar class is used to display a menu bar on the window or frame. It may have the several menus. Okay, the object of JMenu class is a pull down menu component which is displayed from the menu bar. It inherits the JMenu item class. Okay, the object of JMenu item class add a simple labeled menu item. The item used in the menu must belong to the JMenu item or the any of its subclass. Okay, so this is the menu. Next, pop-up menu. They can be dynamically pop up at the specific position within a component. It inherits the JComponent class. Okay, so it is like you can right button click on your desktop and refresh your desktop. Okay, so this pop-up window is like a J pop-up menu. Okay, so next one is that the J password field. Okay, so any software first screen is that the login screen. So you can enter the username and enter the password. So password is like a big dot or like a star. Okay, so they cannot visible to users. So it is a special component allow for editing a single line of a text. It inherit the JText field class. Okay, so we have to see the one by one program. So going to program mode. See here, this is the first program. So this is the menu program. So here I can import the package, define one class, extend JFrame. Okay, so define the two menu. The first menu name is that the menu and second one is that the submenu. There are the 5 menu items. Okay, here I can define one constructor. Then by using super keyword, you can set the title on your the frame. So this is the title, menu and menu item example. Okay, here I can create the object of a JMenu bar. Okay, here creating the object of a JMenu bar, then creating the one menu. So this menu name is that the sub menu, and add the two items I4 and the I5. Okay, so here I can shift this code after the I4 and I5. Okay, so first we have to create the all the menu items here. So here I can create the I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 menu items. So my menu item name is that the item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then we have to create the one menu and one sub menu. In sub menu we have to add the I4 and the I5 menu item. Okay, then my main menu I can add the first menu item, second menu item, third menu item, and here I can add the one menu in this main menu. Okay, we can also add one menu into the another menu. So this menu is called as the sub menu. Okay, so then main menu we can add in the menu bar. MB is the object of the menu bar. See here, JMenu bar MB equal to new JMenu bar. Okay, then this menu bar we have to set in frame by using the set JMenu bar function. Here we can pass the menu bar object MB. So set the size, width and height is the 400 by 400. Here we can set the layout null, set visible true. In main method we can create the object. So we can test this code. Java C menu example.java, and we can run this. See here. Okay, this is my menu. Here this is my menu items, item 1, 2, 3, and this is one sub menu, and in sub menu there are two menu items, I4 and the I5. Okay, so if you want to make the some actions on this menu item, then use the action listener or item listeners. Both will work here. Okay, so if you can click here, then opening a new window. Okay, so call this window constructor in that listener. Okay, so this bar is called as the menu bar. Okay, and here we can add the one menu. So my menu name is that the menu, and in that there are the 3 menu item and the one sub menu, and inside this sub menu there are the 2 again items. Okay, so going to next program. See here, this is my next program, pop-up menu. Here we can import the some packages, define one class. This is one constructor. By using the super, we can set the title. Here we can create the object of a pop-up menu. Here we can pass the pop-up menu name is that the edit. Okay, we can create the 3 menu items, cut, copy, paste. Okay, and these 3 items are added in the pop-up menu. Okay, then I can add the one listener. So this listener added by the frame. Okay, because my class inherit the J frame. Okay, so by default this listener is added to the J frame. So see here, what is this code? Add mouse listener. So we can add the one mouse listener. Here we can pass the one adapter. This is the mouse adapter. So there are the different methods or the different listeners of a mouse. So we have to use one of them. So mouse release. Mouse release is called when you click mouse and you can release them. Okay, when you release the mouse clicking button, then this event is trigger. Okay, so here if we can pass the one event, mouse event, and in that I can use the one if condition. If E is the object of mouse event, E dot each pop-up trigger, then pop-up menu dot show. So this pop-up menu will show here. Where to show? So this is the object of a frame. Then x-axis and the y-axis of the clicking position. Where to click your cursor? So this x-axis and y-axis get here. On that position your pop-up window will display. Okay, so from this opening bracket to this closing bracket, so this selection portion is known as anonymous class in Java. This is a nameless class. Okay, we have already see this topic on previous video. Okay, then here we can add the pop-up menu in your frame. Here the size of that the frame is that the 300 by 300, layout is the null, set visible true, and here we can create the object. Okay, so we have to see the code and we have to run this code. Java C pop-up menu dot Java, then we have to run. See here, this is your window. Okay, so in this window you have to right button, click the right button on your the mouse, and if you can release this key, then this pop-up window will show here. Okay, so see here, where is my mouse pointer? So this mouse pointer, when you click the right button of your mouse and you can release them, then this pop-up menu is shown by using this x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so this is your the pop-up menu. Okay, so we have to go into next program. So next program is that we have to create the one login form. So in that form we have to use the one username, password, and the 3 buttons: login, clear, and the exit. Okay, so here we can create this form. First we have to import some packages, javax.swing.star. Okay, then import java.awt.star. Okay, and then for listener awt.event.star. Here we can create the one class login which extends the J frame. Okay, here we can create the one constructor and one main method. Okay, declare here the 2 labels, LBL underscore username and LBL underscore password and LBL underscore heading. Okay, then one text field, TF underscore username, one password field, PF underscore password. Okay, and button btn underscore login, btn underscore clear, btn underscore exit. Okay, so we have to create the object of this component. So first LBL username equal to new J label. So my label name is that username. Okay, then I can copy paste this code. This is the password okay, then head. So here password, heading is that the login, okay, then create text field. So tf underscore username is equal to new j text field, okay, then I can copy paste this pf underscore password new j password field, okay, then we have to create the button. So button login is equal to new j button. So my button name is that the login. Next, clear, exit. Exit, okay. So we have to add this component in panel. So we have to create the 3 panels. So panel P1 is equal to new J panel. So by default layout of panel is that the flow layout. So we have directly add the heading label, okay. Then same here, we can create the object of second panel. So second panel, and we have to set the layout of second panel is set layout new grid layout, okay, and arrange the component in row and column. So 2 row and 2 columns, okay. So here we can add the username label, then tf underscore username, okay, then password and pf underscore password, okay, and your third panel is that. So we have to set the layout of a third panel, p3 dot set layout new again grid layout, okay. See here 1 row and 3 columns, and we have to add the buttons in this third panel, login, okay, p3 dot login, clear and exit, okay. Then all these 3 panels we have to add on a frame, okay. So add in a main frame. So my default layout of a frame is that the border layout. So border layout dot north. So first frame is visible on north side, center, and south, okay. Then here set visible true and the set size, okay. So set size, width is the 400, height is the 200, okay. So see here we can save these changes, login.java, okay. So we have to run this java c login.java, okay, and run. See here, this is your the window, okay. So this is your title login, this is the username, again text field, password text field, and these are the 3 buttons, okay. See, we have to compare this design by using the code here, okay. We have to create the 3 different panels. See here, so your first panel is that P1, and we have to add the label. So by default layout of a panel is that the flow layout. So directly this label we have to show this line, this is the login. Then second panel grid layout, 2 row 2 columns. See here, username text box, password text box, there are the 2 rows and the 2 columns, okay. Here we can add these components. Then third panel is that the 1 row 3 columns. See here button 1 row and 3 columns, okay. And we have to add these 3 panels in border layout north, center, south. So first panel is in north side, second is center, third one is at the south. Okay, now we have to set the font of this label. So set the font here. Okay, see here. We have to create the one object of a font. So font f is equal to new font. Okay, so my font name is that the Arial font dot bold, and my font size is that the 20. Okay, and we have to set this font on lbl underscore username dot set font f. Okay, and same font we have to set username, then password, then tf underscore username and pf underscore password. Okay, so here we can set the size is that the 18. Okay, and heading, on heading here again we have to create the one more object of a font f1. Okay, and my size is that the 22, and the label head dot set font f1. Okay, so we have to create the size 600 by 300. Okay, so I can save these changes. So see here, I can compile this code and run. So every time when we can run the any frame, so frame is visible on this left corner side. Okay, but if you want to run this side on this center location, then see here what we can do. So there is a one method that set location. Okay, here we can see. So x-axis and y-axis. So x-axis 300, y-axis 300. Okay, so see here, compile and run. So x-axis is the 300 and the y-axis is the 300. Okay, so we have to use more numbers on the x-axis. See here, we can use, so x-axis is that the 600 and y-axis is that the 400. Okay, see here, compile and the run. So almost this window is the center side. Okay, see here the login is the font size is the 22. So these are the 18s. Okay, this is your username and this is the password. See here, password is not visible. Okay, same font we have to set by using these 3 buttons. Okay, so same font we have to apply on button also. So we have to copy paste this code and btn underscore login clear exit. Okay, compile and run. Okay, so here these 3 buttons are adjacent to each other. There is no gap in between the 2 buttons. Okay, these also, these 2 text box, there is no gap in between these 2 text boxes. So how to make the more distance in between 2 components? See here, when you set the grid layout, then there are the 2 optional parameters. Okay, here if you can pass these 2 optional parameters, so these 2 optional parameters are make the horizontal and the vertical spacing. Okay, so see here 10 10, compile and the run. See here, there is a gap in between these 2 components here also in text box. Okay, so this is the login form. Here we can type the username and the password. Now we have to convert this program into some action mode. We have to make some action of the clicking your button. Okay, so see here, so in program I can implement action listener. Okay, then here on bottom side you can add btn login dot add action listener. Here we can pass the current class object this. Okay, so login clear and exit. Okay, here we can add the one more method, public void action perform. and the action event AE. Okay, then we can use the 3 if condition. AE dot get source equal to button underscore login. Okay, so this is your first if condition. We have to copy paste on 3 times because we have 3 buttons. Okay, then btn underscore clear and btn underscore exit. Okay, so when you click on your exit, then you can exit your the frame by using the system.exit 0. Okay, and if you can click on the login, then check this is the valid username or not. Okay, so check here the username and password. So we have to get the username and password on variable. So tf underscore username dot get text. Okay, same we have to get the password. Okay, pf underscore password, and my variable name is that the, for example, pass. Okay, so see here we can compare this username and password by using some if condition. If user dot compare to method compare the string admin, okay, and password dot compare to 1 2 3 4, and it means the condition is that, so there is a need to both condition will be true. Okay, so if first condition as well as second condition, if both conditions are the true, then it is enter into this if condition. So in this if condition we can use the j option pen dot show message dialog. So this is one dialog box. We have to study this dialog box on next video. Okay, null, and we have to pass here the login success. Okay, otherwise again I have to copy paste this code, login error. Okay, and for the clear, so tf underscore username dot set text. Here we can set the text. We have to pass the empty string. Empty string means that this is the clear the text. Okay, so password. Okay, so we can save these changes. Again we can recompile this code. So j option pen. So j option pen, syntax is that j option pen. Okay, save this and so compare to function here equal to 0. If both string is same, then it will return 0. Okay, again compile and run. So this is your window. Here I can type some username and password. See here, if you can press the login error. So this is your the dialog box. Okay, and if the username is the admin, okay, and my password is that the 1 2 3 4, and if you can press the login, see login success. Okay, clear this content, exit the frame with object. Okay, so this is your the login window. So students, test this code on your machine. So if you have any queries, then comment on your query in comment box. Likes and subscribe to this channel. See you on next video. Thank you.